I done seen the future in America. I can look at Europe and I see it for the taking. China's about to fall, the economy is breaking. We ain't asking for the kingdom, man, we about to take it. World domination, we gon' take it. I don't need your money, yeah, we coming out the matrix. The London Bridge is falling, the Eiffel Tower falling, Statue of Liberty is falling, call that world domination.
Not in the zodiacs, but the stars line up right. Thought that was a plane, that's an angel made of fire. The Lord gon' flip the cars and it started with a fly. You been sitting in the church while your pastor teaching lies. We after the world domination. For the blacks, Hispanics, and all of the natives. For Dominicans and Haitians and Jamaicans. Like bleach to a white tee, you nations can't fade us.
We gon' take this kingdom, break it down and build it up. Bring their treasures in the stars, tell them fill it up. All the nations drunk the cup, tell them sip it up. Even if their bodies dropping, they ain't get enough. If you not walking in the way, better get up out the way. Better watch your words, cause he writing what you say. If you work iniquity, then death you getting paid. Judgment coming soon, I can't wait to see the day. I just seen the vision, presidents and politicians, all they kings and all they princes, everyone was bowing down. With the rod of iron, lift the banner up to Zion, speak against us, then you dying, beating nations to the ground.
I done seen the future in America, won't make it. I can look at Europe and I see it for the taking. China's about to fall, the economy is breaking. We ain't asking for the kingdom, man, we about to take it. World domination, we gon' take it. I don't need your money, yeah, we coming out the matrix. The London Bridge is falling, the Eiffel Tower falling, Statue of Liberty is falling, call that world domination.
I just woke up feeling like I run the planet. Just like Jeremiah, you know that the Savior planted. They know we ordained to be a prophet, so they panic. With my rod of iron, I'm about to do some damage. When them waters open, I ain't trying to talk. All them babies getting rocked on us in the block. We gon' make the heat hot like a dinner pot. Then I break them into shivers till the quiver stop. Whipping and flipping my people opinion till all the chosen to seal. You know that I've been a den as a watchman, so I've been watching the field. All I've been seeing is servants on horses thinking they king of the hill. We rising up to collect what they owe us, they gon' be paying the bill.
I done seen the future in America, won't make it. I can look at Europe and I see it for the taking. China's about to fall, the economy is breaking. We ain't asking for the kingdom, man, we about to take it. World domination, we gon' take it. I don't need your money, yeah, we coming out the matrix. The London Bridge is falling, the Eiffel Tower falling, Statue of Liberty is falling, call that world domination.
Wisdom cry in the streets. Hear the word, better take heed. Give the sense of prophecies. Load the script like a clip, we don't miss when it hit. Wisdom cry in the streets. Hear the word, better take heed. Give the sense of prophecies. Load the script like a clip, we don't miss. Wisdom cry in the streets.
On Sunday, we gon' set it off. No Queen Latifah, we the kings and priests. A teacher, a reader, they bringin' that ether. Cry loud when we teaching the streets. Bring it out, Austin bringing the heat. This the best way to start off the week. They may hate us, imitate us, they'll never be IUIC. Shout out to bishops, we fired up in the spirit of Christ. Tune in every Sunday night, about 9, that's Eastern time. Like, comment, subscribe, bringing out information they hide. Trying to give back sight to the blind. Study, pray, apply, seek out the wisdom you'll find.
Wisdom cry in the streets. Hear the word, better take heed. Give the sense of prophecies. Load the script like a clip, we don't miss when it hit. Wisdom cry in the streets. Hear the word, better take heed. Give the sense of prophecies.
Check.
Mic
Check.
Come on,
Back,
come on.
y'all.
Hey.
Let's go.
All right.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
How we feeling?
We feeling good.
That was an
good.
intro. Yeah. That was an intro.
That's an
There was a
intro.
whole lot of dancing going on before that camera came on.
All praise to the Most High.
All praises. All
Once
praises.
again, I'm going to repeat that one more time. All praise to the Most High God in
That's
Christ.
right. That's
right.
All right, we
Crazy.
finna go in today. Y'all know y'all seen the title, so it's about to go down. All right?
Wisdom about the crowd.
Facts. Hey, real quick, shout out to the bishop, to the general,
That's
Bishop
right.
Nathaniel,
That's right.
Bishop Yawasop, Bishop Tanai, the war deacons, the captains, officers, soldiers, men, women, and children.
Right.
Everybody that's supporting this truth, man. Salute to y'all.
That's right.
Continue, y'all to endure and stay in the faith, y'all. All right? All praise be to the Most High God. So with that, I'm Officer Hales.
Officer Michael.
Officer Asahel.
Officer Azariah.
Officer Joshua.
Officers occur.
And with that, we make up
WCO!
All right.
We can't forget about our brother. Shout out to Officer Rising. Shout
out to Officer
Our brother.
That's right.
Israel.
Hey, man. We miss Raz, bro.
Yeah, man.
Hey, we love you, bro.
That's right.
That
All praises.
Levi with all that energy.
You feel me?
This
All
would be
praises.
right up his alley.
I told him that. I was like, you sure you want me to do this? Want to do this show without you now? You know, so all praise.
Love you, bro.
Hey, all praise be to the Most High God. Can we post? We got the thumbnail yet or nah? Not yet.
Sir.
We got it. Post that up, please.
Bring it
I
out.
want the brothers to see that.
Hey, was they paying attention to that intro song?
World domination.
Yes.
Read that off, Sasayel.
Who's the next world power? Hashtag race to world domination.
Hey, if you ever hear the conversation of the discreet out there in the world, which is very irksome, if I may add, very irksome as the scripture says.
That's right.
A lot of them always talk, no, China's going to be the world power.
Right.
Nah, Russia's going to be the next world
Yeah, I
power.
heard that.
Nah, it's going to be India. You always hearing about their opinions
Right.
Right.
in regards to who's going to be the next world power.
Right.
You know what's crazy, though?
Bring
What
it
is
out.
it? What that is?
Is how real this Bible is.
Right. Hey,
Because it ain't crazy.
Smack him right in the head with truth.
Can I get Isaiah 46 verse 10 real quick?
and you know what? America never think they're gonna lose that power.
There you go.
Hey,
And
That-
that's
the
in
Bible
the
says
Bible as
that,
well.
too.
Right,
Hey,
right.
That's in the Bible as
that
well.
pride.
Yes.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 10.
Come on.
Declaring the end from the beginning.
Hold on. So the Lord says, I'm declaring the end from the beginning.
Right.
Meaning I'm the only psychic, the only real psychic you know.
I call the shots.
I'm the real mister.
Right.
Like I'm over here. I'm telling you what the end is going to be. I
Right.
told you what the beginning, what was going to happen.
Right.
The Lord is the only one that tells us
That's right.
what happened back then.
Right.
And how he prophesied it.
Right.
And what's going to happen in the future.
Bring it out.
And how it's manifesting today.
So it ain't Miss Cleo.
Huh?
It ain't Miss Cleo.
It ain't Miss Cleo. It never
Damn,
was.
it ain't Miss
None,
Cleo.
it wasn't Dionne Warwick. It wasn't none of
It
them.
wasn't none of them.
It wasn't Walter Mercado. None of them.
Damn.
It wasn't those. I'm telling you, the Bible is what tells you the past, present, and future prophecies.
That's right. That's right.
All right, read that again.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 46 and verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning. And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done.
Watch this.
Saying, my counsel shall stand.
So now the Lord is flexing right here. God is saying, guess what I'm saying? What I'm telling you, my counsel is the words that are written in this book.
That's right.
He says they shall stand, meaning it's going to happen.
Cash money.
Whether you believe, whether you don't believe, it
Right.
don't matter.
Right.
At the end of the day, the prophecies, the scriptures cannot be broken.
That's right.
The Lord says, my counsel, what I wrote down, what I said was going to happen, the way it was going to happen, that's what's going to stand. Read.
And I will do all my pleasure.
And he will do what?
All my pleasure.
He said, my counsel is going to stand the test of time, and I'm going to do whatever the hell I want.
Right.
That's right.
That's what he said.
right.
He said, I will do all my pleasure.
That's right.
And his pleasure is to fulfill the prophecies that he wrote in the scriptures, that in that verse he called his counsel.
Right.
All right? So it ain't no stopping these prophecies. I'm going to tell y'all right now, the Bible's going to let us know who is going to stand in the last days
Right.
as the world power.
Right.
That's right.
We going to know who the NWO is going to be. Who going to be the new world order?
Right.
Who going to be all this
Right.
and that?
So it ain't Kevin Nash and
Damn!
who was them wrestlers?
No.
Remember,
NWO.
the scripture says that he gonna set up the bases of men. So who's setting up the powers? It be the Most High be doing it. So you can't go up against his power.
That's
Real
a fire
NWO.
point. So we gonna get into it. We're gonna get straight into the first one. Remember, Israel, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, hit that button. All right.
Right.
All right, where we at? Let's play that AV. Y'all all right.
Why are there not more people talking about how the USA became a superpower? It's a fascinating journey. It all started with World War II. The USA played a huge role, supplying weapons and resources to allies. This boosted the economy and established strong global ties. Post-war, the USA invested heavily in science and technology. Think, the moon landing in 1969. This innovation drove economic growth and military strength. Next, the USA promoted democracy and free trade. By leading organizations like the United Nations and NATO, it spread its influence. Lastly, the USA's culture and media went global. Hollywood movies, pop music, and fast food became worldwide phenomena. So, from economic power to cultural influence, that's how the USA rose to superpower status. Like and subscribe for more.
So you see what they said, from that economic power and to the global power with their medias and everything that they push, just to have that power over all nations. Right. Real quick, one precept, and then I want to get into this one more expounding a little bit more. Give me Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 20. 27 verse 20.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 27 and verse 20.
Come on.
Hell and destruction are never full. So the eyes of man are never satisfied.
That's America. They're never satisfied. What did they do from the time that they had world power after they dropped the bombs on China? What did they do? They start influencing the other nations. They feared them.
That's right.
So that's what the video was showing you, how they became with their economics and then with their media. They pushed so much of their content up on people, and it became, and also their dollar became the most currency. The dollar became the most currency. So that's how they got that power. But you see other nations now, they rising up against that thing. Right?
It became the greatest currency in the world.
Right.
For the most part, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Whether
sir.
it's that one or from the NATO, the euro as well.
Right.
And Ireland and so forth. So, but going back to get that Job 9 and 24. Job 9 and 24. Because as of right now, America is the world power right now.
Superpower.
But will it remain that way?
Right.
That's
Will
the
will their home stay the way it is, or is there gonna be a nationwide intervention, or even better yet, a divine intervention?
Yeah.
Read what you got.
Yes.
The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. I remember Bishop Nathaniel said it. He said it's on their money. In God we trust. Who's their God? Gold, oil, and drugs.
Right.
Because one thing, when we was looking at the video, they said, "Oh, the way America became the world power is fascinating." Oh, really? It's funny how they didn't mention slavery.
Bring it out.
They didn't bring nothing about slavery.
Right.
They didn't say nothing about the bloodshed, the stealing of land.
Right.
They act like as if none of that took place in order for all of them to obtain world supremacy.
Because they started with World War II. They didn't take it before that. How they obtained the land.
There you go.
And I was going to say, officer, and that, like you just said, it was off the backs of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the children of Israel, how they got that power. You understand? Because when they broke off from Europe, they was a nobody. So how did they really come into power? Just like you said, officer, through the slavery of the Israelites.
There you go. So how come that wasn't added to the video that we watched? Once again, this is them pushing, once again, their media, influencing the world with their impropaganda, because that's improper information.
Right.
It's not accurate.
You're exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? That's their impropaganda.
I like that.
I was off the dome.
Impropaganda. You did that right there. Drop a little salt.
Read that one more time.
The book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24.
Come on.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Mind you, the only reason why it was given to the hand of the wicked is why? Because the righteous no longer have it. So why did it go into the hand of the wicked? Because of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 15.
That's right.
Read that real quick. Go to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. This is why the earth is not in the hands of the righteous. Because the Lord said that the righteous don't deserve it right now because we did not keep our word.
That's right.
And when I say we, I'm talking about you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, because we are the real Jews.
That's right.
Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
All these what?
Curses.
So the Lord warned us, okay, through our forefather Moses. He warned us. He said all these curses are going to happen to you if you don't keep my laws. It's that simple. That easy to be understood. He ain't say nothing about no religion, right? Read.
Shall come upon thee.
And what's going to happen when the curses are upon us?
And overtake thee.
They was going to overtake us as a nation.
Right.
Meaning it was going to be detrimental. It was going to destroy us as a nation of people if we didn't keep his commandments. But if we did keep his commandments, what would happen? Read verse 1.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if we did listen to the word of God, which is keeping his laws, read.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
See that? So the world would have been in our hands.
Right. That's right.
The Lord would have gave us the earth.
Right.
But he said, no, I'm not going to put you on high above all the other nations. Why? Because you broke my commandments.
Right.
That's right.
So now, because you broke my commandments, give me the verse where it says, ye shall be the tail, they shall be the head.
Yes, sir.
13.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 43.
43.
The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
So now we looking at these who used to be the Neanderthals, right?
Yes.
Right.
They used to be cavemen, right?
Right.
They come from the Caucasus Mountains, right? They were uncivilized, right?
Right. Reputed is nothing.
This is their real history that they, it's funny they never talk about that.
Right.
But now these same people are the ones that have begun to govern over us.
Damn. You are quoting Esdras.
Isn't that something? They have now, that's what they've done.
Right.
So now we have become the tail.
That's right.
You understand? And they have become the ones that are governing over us.
Right.
Can I get something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So let me ask you a question. I'm going to ask everybody this.
Bring it out.
Did y'all not hear what the Bible just said?
Bring it out.
The only reason that they're on top is because we messed up.
There you go.
We did wrong.
Right.
But their mindset ain't like that. Go to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 3.
Bring it
I want to
out.
get straight to it. Because they think that they got there by their own accord. They think they got there because they just so strong.
Proud.
The Most High God put that power in you to fight.
it out.
The Most High God took this kingdom from us and put it to you because we messed up.
Bring it out.
Because our Father got mad with us. But watch what God said about you.
Obadiah, verse 3.
Come on.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
Whoa. Read it one more time.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
If there ain't a prideful nation on the earth, it's the so-called white man.
Bring it out.
right.
You see it whenever they do the
right.
insurrection. You got white people fighting against white people for a country that don't belong to them.
Bring it out.
Without any understanding that this land was given to us and our people first.
Hey, officer,
Come
they
on.
understand. They just don't give a damn.
Wait. Their pride, though, it
pride.
deceived them.
That's it.
They think they're going to be
pride.
there forever. They think they're going to be good.
Right.
But read the rest of that scripture.
The pride of thine heart hath deceived
He
thee.
got you mistaken. Your mind going to get you. I'm telling you, come on.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Now, what did the officer just say they dwelled at? Where they from? The Caucasus Mountains
right.
of Georgia,
That's right.
Russia. The Caspian Sea. The Black Sea. Where's that at? That's the mountains.
That's right.
Read the
The
scripture.
Russian.
Whose habitation is high.
It said their habitation is where?
High.
And it ain't just over there. Look how they live in America right
Bring
now.
it out.
Who lives in the skyscrapers?
Right.
Who lives downtown?
Penthouses.
Look at the penthouses.
That's
Oh.
right.
Listen, a lot
Hey,
of
Officer AZ ain't playing right now with us.
You
Right.
gotta under- 'cause
Bring
look,
it out.
I didn't get to go through it. I wanted to go in on Columbus Day. I didn't get to go out. I had to be out on the plantation.
Damn.
But look, listen close. We gonna get it today.
That's
Y'all
right.
about to get it today.
That's right.
Finish that verse.
That's
Whose
right.
habitation is high.
Come on.
That saith in his heart.
Listen to what your mind deceiving you said. What did it say?
who shall bring me
He
down?
said, who shall bring me down?
To the ground.
The person that's going to bring you down is the same one that set you up.
Damn.
That's right.
That's fire.
He said, who's going to end my world domination? That's what he's saying.
That's what he asked.
That's what the white man is saying right there. Esau is saying, who shall bring me down? If that ain't pride,
Right.
I don't know what is. Get that definition of world domination real quick. They actually have a Wikipedia definition on world domination. Let's read it.
Roll it up, roll it up.
Go ahead, Officer Asaya.
Yes, sir.
Roll it up a little bit. Right there. There we go.
World domination, also called global domination, world conquest, global conquest, or cosmocracy.
Or what?
Cosmocracy.
Oh, that's a whole nother level. That ain't democracy no more.
The whole
They want to dominate the cosmos.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
That goes into what Officer Azariah was bringing out in Obadiah.
Yep.
They want to set themselves up as if they're God, saying who's going to bring us down.
Right.
We going to take over not only the earth, but the cosmos.
That's right.
The moon.
Hey, that's what I said. The
Space
eagle
Force.
has landed. There you
Space
go.
Force.
Yep.
They trying to get the remember Elon Musk said
Yep.
he's trying to get the
Mars.
to Mars,
Yeah.
the red planet.
Right.
Damn.
For the red people.
For the red man.
Go ahead, read what you got.
Is a hypothetical power structure,
Power structure. That's what a world domination is.
either achieved or aspired to, in which a single political authority holds the power over all and or virtually all the inhabitants of Earth.
And that's what America did.
There you go.
With that first video we seen, they economic and they media and stuff. Go ahead.
Various individuals or regimes have tried to achieve this goal throughout history without ever attaining it.
So that's the race right now. That's
There
what's
you
going
go.
on
Good point.
today. That's what's going on today with all the wars that we see going on in Gaza, Hamas, Hezbollah, and Israel, with Iran, and tensions brewing between Russia,
Ukraine.
South Korea, and North Korea.
Right.
All of it is brewing up. The Lord is stirring up the pot and preparing this place for World War III.
Right, officer. They call that the Great Arms Race. The Great Arms Race. All these nations or the powers that be are what in a race to rule the world.
There you go. All right, let's keep reading.
The theme has been often used in works of fiction, particularly in political fiction, as well as in conspiracy theories, which may posit that some person or group has already secretly achieved this goal, particularly those fearing the development of a new world order involving a world government of a totalitarian nature.
A totalitarian nature goes into them trying to monopolize the entire world, so that they have supreme
authority and
they
power.
have supreme authority and power over all lands and resources, over what education you're going to learn, what religion you're going to learn, over social media, the resources being controlled. It goes into all of that, monopolizing all resources. All right, come out of that and get the video, because one thing I wanted to touch on was, shout out to Officer Razes for this video, because we just saw the first video where it goes into how they obtained their dominance, right? The world dominance.
Right.
And they brought up their narrative.
Right.
We read it in the scriptures that the Lord gave them that dominance.
Right.
But one of the ways that they got it, which was one of the major ways they actually achieved that feat, was how? Because of slavery.
Of our people.
That's right.
You understand?
That's
so
right.
let's show you that video. Go ahead, transition.
How did the slave trade make America rich? How did the slave trade make America rich? The slave trade played a significant role in shaping America's economy and wealth. From the plantations of the South to the bustling ports of the North, the forced labor of enslaved Africans was a cornerstone of American prosperity. The transatlantic slave trade was a brutal system that forcibly brought millions of Africans to the Americas. This inhumane practice had profound impacts on the development of the United States, shaping its economy and society in ways that are still felt today. The moral dilemma of exploiting human beings for economic gain is stark. The slave trade and the institution of slavery represent some of the darkest chapters in human history. This practice not only caused immense suffering, but also left a legacy of racial inequality and systemic discrimination that persists. The long-lasting consequences of this exploitation
continue to challenge America's moral and ethical foundations. Slave labor provided immense economic benefits to several key industries in America. In agriculture, particularly in the production of cash crops like cotton, tobacco, and sugar, enslaved Africans were the backbone of the labor force.
Stop.
Hold on.
Said enslaved members were the backbone.
Yep.
That's it.
We were the backbone of the whole operation. You know what the backbone means?
Everything.
Nothing. It means
The
everything.
support.
Nothing else. It means everything.
Nothing
Nothing
can
else could
stand
have made it
without.
happen.
Right,
That's right.
right.
They were the
Backbone.
backbone of America being built by their own blood, by their
Right.
own backs, by their own sweat,
Right.
blood, and tears.
Right. Free labor.
Free labor.
So you're saying that America would not have been able to stand without the propping up of the slavery as an institution, which was their foundation for them to establish
Yes.
themselves.
There you go.
They would have never stood up.
That whole video we saw the first time would have been null and void. Meaning it wouldn't even, without us, there's no America.
Right.
Right.
Because we were the ones in slavery. 1492.
Right.
Since we didn't bring that up.
Yep.
1619.
Yep.
You understand? This goes all into our Holocaust that's never mentioned. Actually, in retrospect, it's actually celebrated.
Yes.
Like they just
Bring
did
it
with
out.
Columbus Day.
Bring it out.
Yep.
Like Thanksgiving, which is coming up.
Yep.
Right? So all of that only reminds us that what? That we were in captivity and we built America.
That's right.
Right.
Okay? And don't worry, because justice is coming.
That's right.
And the world domination is going to be exposed. We're going to show you who's going to dominate the world in these last days.
That's right.
All right, keep playing that.
Cotton,
Tobacco, and sugar. Enslaved Africans were the backbone of the labor force. The cotton industry in particular was crucial as it fueled the textile mills in the North and in Europe, creating a transatlantic economy deeply intertwined with slavery. Additionally, the infrastructure, such as ports and railroads, was developed using profits generated from slave labor, further bolstering economic growth. The profits generated from the slave trade and the labor of enslaved people were substantial, contributing significantly to the accumulation of wealth in the United States. This wealth was not only confined to the South. Northern industries, banks, and insurance companies also profited from slavery.
Hold on, because he's talking about the South. I
Bring it
want
out.
to I want to clarify something. When he talking about it wasn't only confined to the South, what are we thinking about?
We thinking about Jim Crow, all of those southern
Right,
states
but we
was
talking
the
about
only ones.
but that's what I'm saying. We thinking about what? The southern states.
southern
Right.
states.
I'm thinking about South America.
Right.
How about that?
Bring it out.
Was not only
Further south.
confined to the South because that's where the biggest slave
Right.
trade
Right.
took place.
Tribes are.
80%.
Because
Over
those are
80%.
brothers and sisters down there in South
Yes,
America.
sir.
You got Colombia, Brazil, Venezuela,
Right.
Ecuador. You understand? This was a major.
Yes.
This is how America got its power.
Yep. Right.
Not just through North America alone, but conquering the entire Western Hemisphere.
Right.
Hey, Officer Les, if I may real quick, there was a show on Netflix a while back called Esclava Blanca, which was set in Colombia,
Yep.
South America. So it was just like Roots. People were taken away from their land. They were on plantations. They worked sun up to sundown. They were trying to escape for their freedom. The Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom were oppressed together.
That's right.
They just don't publicize as much of the Northern Kingdom's slavery because they want to put that division between us to show that we are different than you. But in actuality, you were in slavery longer than us.
And officer, not only that, that's still happening today.
Yes.
The so-called blacks and Hispanics and Native
right.
Americans are the backbone of It's the same
Yes.
thing.
The labor force.
We've been that
Yes.
foundation. When people build the house, that foundation at the bottom that upholds the house, that's the enslavement of our people.
A lot of those places be graves of our people, unmarked graves of our people, all over America.
That's right.
Right. Finish off that video.
Northern industries, banks, and insurance companies also profited from slavery. The capital accrued from this system was invested in infrastructure, industrialization, and expansion, laying the economic foundation of the United States. The slave trade played a pivotal role in making America rich, but this wealth came at an enormous human cost. The ethical implications of this historical reality are profound, reminding us of the deep-seated injustices that have shaped our nation. Reflect on the legacy of the slave trade in America. Engage in discussions and education about this important topic to better understand its impact and to help address the ongoing consequences of this dark chapter in history. Stay tuned for more interesting facts.
They call it a dark chapter in history.
Right, but not dark enough to respect our history.
Right.
Though. You know, because they're doing that critical race theory. They're trying to take our history out of all books, and they whitewashed our history as well.
Right.
All right. Put up this. Transition that photo. I want everybody to see that. So this is what the ones that are in power today want to be able to control. Okay, they want to be able to control all of these. Can we zoom in a little bit?
Bring it out.
There we go. So in order for them to rule the world or have world domination, they got to be able to have authority over these elements here, such as psychology, the mind, right, which goes into the media and destroying us through their media and their propaganda. Same thing with law and politics and religion and anthropology and history. That's what they have to do. They have to make sure that they dominate all of these factors right here in order to control the mass populace today. Okay, as you can see, medicine, genealogy, sociology, religion, economics,
education.
Resources. You understand?
Surgery.
Officer Les, these things hit different every time you bring them up. When you go into some of the stuff you were saying, like the anthropology and archaeology, well, guess what? That's whitewashing. That's iconoclasm.
Bring it out.
All of that is going into hiding the children of Israel, cutting us off from who we are.
Which, if you look on that one root on the bottom, it says archaeology, which goes into iconoclasm. Right.
Yes,
and
sir.
I was going to say, officer, that goes back to what you pulled in Job 9:24, right, where it says, who covereth the faces of the judges thereof. They're covering the faces by what? Physically, with the appearance, aesthetically, and with the history. They're rewriting history.
Yeah.
They're falsely writing the history of what's going on and how these countries have been founded.
Right. And can you post that next picture that we got? We want to see. This is called the countries with the most embassies globally. Give me Habakkuk chapter 2 real quick. Now this said, read that for me, Officer Asael. Watch this, y'all.
Yes, sir. Countries with the most embassies globally.
Now, we always say America has the most embassies all around the world, right?
Right.
Let's see what the stats are.
China, number one.
Well, how many?
173.
Okay.
The U.S., number 2, 168. France at number 3 with 158. UK, number 4 with 156. Japan with 152. Germany, 148. Turkey, 145. Russia, 143. Brazil, 135. Italy, 135. Spain, 114. South Korea, 114. Netherlands, 106. Saudi Arabia, 104. Switzerland, 102. Canada, 98. South Africa, 98. Indonesia, 92. Poland, 91. Czechoslovakia, 91. Pakistan, 89. Argentina, 87. Hungary, 87. And Sweden, 87. That's the top 25.
That's the top 25, right?
Right.
Now, this is my thing. Get Revelation chapter 13, verse 1. I know I told you to get that scripture, but hold that.
Yes, sir.
This is my thing, right? Now, we know these statistics right here, something ain't right.
Right.
China doesn't have the most embassies in the world.
Right.
I can promise you that. Read what you got.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Come on.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Now, hold on. Now, what are those 7 heads and 10 horns that it had? What are those 7 heads? Do we have that picture, IT? Okay. Read it one more time.
And I stood upon the sea, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
So those 7 heads is Greece, Rome, Spain, France, Germany, and Russia, right?
Great,
and it
great.
says those 10 horns. Who are those 10 horns? I like. It's a cool little acronym I got. Y'all know which one it is?
Bring it out.
What is it?
Building FG.
Building FG.
Building
That's
for
how you
life.
remember the 10 horns. The FG stands for what, also, Azariah?
For guile.
For deceit.
Lies.
That's why they building together, for deceit, for guile, right? B going with Belgium, U with United Kingdom, I for Ireland, L for Luxembourg, D for Denmark, I again for Italy, N for Netherlands, G for Greece, N for Netherlands, F for France, and G for Germany. All right, building for guile. So these are the 7 heads and the 10 horns that are all in cahoots with one another. So if we go back to the embassies, how many embassies does the white man really have all around the world?
Come on.
Let's talk.
Thousands more than the other nations.
Right. Yeah.
Because they're all one people. Look at this.
Sir.
How many of those 10 horns
Germany.
and those nations are up
Netherlands.
Yep.
At least
there?
half
And
of them.
a lot of times those 10 horns, they change countries at times.
They do.
They do. The list is fluid.
Right.
Yep. And I was gonna say, officer, the thing about that is that's the wisdom of the Bible to let you know these people are one nation.
Right.
They try to separate and say that they're not, but they're definitely one nation.
There you go. So that goes to show you how far behind China would be. Because you would have to add up U.S., France, UK, because all of them are NATO. And when we trained back in Europe, we would all come together and train together because they were allies. You understand? They would be able to go to each other's embassies. So let's go back. Let's come out of that. And read, what was the last verse I told you to get?
Habakkuk.
Read that Habakkuk 2 in regards to their embassies. Read what you got.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine.
So he transgressed by wine. Okay, that goes into his religion, his politics, Christianity, democracy, Republican. It goes into all of that. Come on.
He is a proud man.
He's a proud man that does what?
Neither keep it at home.
He doesn't do what?
Keep it at home.
That's the reason. Why do you think they put embassies all around the world like that? Because they're doing that strategically for when war, when it finally comes to pass, when the bombs start to drop and the missiles take off, they want to be in the right position to be able to try to defend themselves from the opposition.
Right.
That's right. That's what they doing. All of them embassies is war tactics, war strategies. That's all it is. That's why it behooves each and every one of us to take this walk serious.
Right.
Because it's only a matter of time. Every angle, every country, all parts of the world, missiles are going to hit.
That's right.
They're going to be very close. All right? Finish that off.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell and is as death.
So wherever this man, if he put an embassy around your neighborhood, guess what? That lets you know that more than likely destruction is there.
Yeah, exactly.
Anywhere this Caucasian man is, all you got to do is understand that war is on the brink.
That's right.
Because the white man and war, if you look up the definition for white man, it'll say war. It'll say war right next to it. That's what they all about.
The white man spelled backwards.
You're right.
War.
Death and hell.
War is white man spelled backwards.
Right.
And if you can't see that, then the white man got you brainwashed.
There you go.
And I was going to say, officer, not only that, when it says enlarging his desire, he's enlarging that wine, those policies, his religious policies, his religious tactics. Right? They're not only physically going to impose their will on you, but they're going to psychologically do it as well.
Yes.
So who is the next world superpower? So on this thing, the embassies that Officer Les just showed, it was talking about China. So go to the one with China for me.
Oh, yeah, because you got a lot of Jake on the street. You know what I'm saying? They having their daily conversations. It's going to be China.
Right.
China's the next world power.
All right, let's see.
Transition that
Thailand
over.
is considering building a 102 kilometers long canal to help China avoid the U.S. military presence in the region.
Stop.
Hold up. They cutting off. How dare they do that to the white man? Don't they understand who the hand, who the earth is given unto? Don't they understand who in power?
Exactly.
Hey, China and these other nations, they doing things that I'm telling you. Hey, let's play the video because we're going to get into it. Play the video.
Blow it up.
All right, watch.
Thailand is considering building a 102 kilometers long canal to help China avoid the U.S. military presence in the region. This project would bypass the Malacca Strait and shorten the transit of oil and other goods to China by 1,200 kilometers, while also allowing the Chinese vessels to avoid the American ships in the neighborhood. However, besides the obvious opposition from the USA, it also drew opposition from Singapore, who's afraid that the canal will destroy its importance as an international trade hub. It would also most likely affect India, as China would have access to new naval bases in Sri Lanka and Pakistan, encircling them militarily in the ongoing conflict. The project would cost around $28 billion, which is a massive amount of money, even for the Thai and Chinese economies combined.
Yes. So,
you know what that
y'all
sound
see
like?
that?
You know what that sound like? That remind me of when America created the Suez Canal.
Yes, sir.
And they also did, like you was mentioning also, Joshua, the Panama Canal.
That's right.
Now,
Yes, sir.
mind you, it sound like to me that Moab is saying we're going to fight fire with fire. Right. Y'all want to pull that little stunt off?
Right.
We going to build a canal. You going to do a canal? We going to do a canal. That's what's happening.
Right. And it said they was going to try to go around and they could link up with India. Play that next video.
Uh-oh.
Just posted. Yes.
Why China is building this canal in Thailand. The shortest way between China and the Middle East and Europe is through Malacca Strait, one of the most important choke points. For China, 2 to 3 of China's entire maritime trade passes through this strait, as well as around 80% of imported oil from the Middle East. If the Strait of Malacca is blocked by other global powers, China's economic power will inevitably collapse. So China decided to help Thailand build this 102-kilometer-long canal, which would bypass the Malacca Strait, shorten the distance to 1,200 kilometers, and allow China to avoid the U.S. threat. If finished, the canal would help China but would crop Singapore's economy, as it is located at the gates of Malacca Strait.
So that was another one showing you again how China is trying to avoid all the embassies and embargoes that U.S. is putting on them.
And I was gonna say also,
You know America ain't liking that.
like not at all, not at all. And it's just showing you what everybody is in the race to be the next world superpower.
There you go.
All these nations are what, and now they taking the blueprints from who?
Esau.
They taking the blueprints that what Esau done, America done, trying to copy and replicate that and say, okay, boom, this is how y'all did it. This is how we gonna do it. Right.
Because now America can't go back and say, "Hey, y'all can't do that."
Right.
There you go.
Right.
There you go. Y'all done did the Panama Canal. Y'all done did the Suez Canal. You tell us we can't create a canal?
Right.
Hey,
So-
Officer Liz, what I find fascinating in this is, there's this new conglomeration called BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China. But no, they're still trying to be the independent world power. They're still in it for themselves. They're trying to cut out one to bolster themselves.
And all of them are trying to be the next superpower.
That's right.
Just like this next country. Play that. You just said it,
World's
Alcea.
largest
Go ahead.
democracy is on the brink of becoming a global powerhouse.
Pull it back.
The world's largest democracy is on the brink of becoming a global powerhouse, with its sights set on becoming the world's third biggest economy by 2030, surpassing traditional economic giants / colonizers like the UK and France. This surge is propelled by India's vast, young, and highly skilled workforce, a demographic advantage that promises sustained growth for decades to come. At the heart of this meteoric rise is India's booming tech industry that attracts talent and investments from across the globe. Beyond its economic achievements, India's strategic location in the Indo-Pacific enhances its role on the world stage, enabling it to forge strong alliances and exert considerable influence in global politics. Although India is still poor today, with its blend of technological prowess, demographic dividends, and geopolitical strategy, the country is quickly approaching superpower status globally. And that's how India
They're predicting they're going to be the next world superpower.
Yes, sir. I saw another short, Officer, about India. They're monitoring the growth of India. India is growing at a very, very alarming rate compared to a lot of other countries. And like they was like, who was the United States at first? They was nobody. They had broke off from Great Britain, and they was a nobody. And through that slave labor that we mentioned earlier, boom, superpower. So they're saying India is growing at that same rate, very, very fast.
Right.
They have over 1 billion in their population.
AV, set up that next video.
They do.
All right, play
This
that.
it right here. Yep. There we go.
Do you know what is a percentage of GDP that India has grown this year in 2021? What do you think is the growth of GDP? Percentage. 8.5%. 0.6% higher than last year. Okay. I love the fact that India is growing.
Right. Well, they're still under $3 trillion.
It's no problem. They're going to grow so fast. Look how fast. Who was China 30 years ago? Nobody.
Right.
Who's China today? Number 2. Who's India today? Don't get it twisted. Look how quickly India's going to come
So you're
up.
saying that's going to be a good thing for the
Fantastic.
world if India...
Fantastic.
Would it be a good thing of the world if if India surpasses China and the U.S.?
India's not a bad number one. India's not a bad number one.
Because they're a democracy?
India doesn't wake up in the morning saying, you better think like us or else. India doesn't wake up in the morning with Modi saying, take all the negative reviews out. India doesn't do that. That's what China does.
Right.
China believes in force. India doesn't believe in force. It's a mindset. You want the right mindset to be number one.
They ain't thinking about, look. And
who they pulling for?
And look, they said India not thinking about force. That's a lie. Every nation that wants to be the superpower of the world has to use force. You're not gonna just like our Black Messiah coming back.
Right,
with
all the
force.
other nations want to impose their will and
That's right.
force. That's the only way they're going to try to get that utter dominance that
Right.
they desire. Hey, play the next video. Watch this. We got it? I just pinned it. Play that.
A new world order is emerging. A new axis of world powers with common grievances and one common enemy. No prizes for guessing which one, the United States.
Whoa!
Say it ain't so.
What did they call them? What did they call them?
One common grievance and one common enemy. Hey, that goes back to what also Azariah brought out in Obadiah. Let's read that again.
Verse 3.
Yes, sir.
Read that, please.
The book of Obadiah, verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceit.
No. That's not. Is
Verse
that it?
2.
Yeah, verse 2. Read that.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen.
Watch this.
Thou art greatly despised.
Now what?
Greatly despised.
You hear that? All these other nations have a common enemy.
Right.
I'm telling you, one of the main things that's holding. What's one of the main things that's holding these other nations back from actually saying,
Pulling
you
the
know what,
trigger?
America, we're not going to take it no more. You know what it is?
What is?
Their alliance with NATO. That's a big deal. People don't understand that alliance that America has with NATO. I'm telling you, that's what's really keeping them protected.
That's their safety net.
That's their safety net.
Right.
Big brother over your shoulder.
That's they. I'm telling you, because that's the only thing that's keeping the Carminians and.
Right.
But once they burn their bridges with NATO, woo! It's going. I'm telling you, that's going to set it off.
And that made me think about that video that Bishop Nathaniel posted that time, where I forgot the name of that country, but he named them the two great devils. He named them a devil. He named the United States a devil.
Right.
And was it Amalek as well?
Amalek.
Mm-hmm. Right, called them a devil. Right, these nations know. They know they waiting.
Hey, run that back. Good point, Officer Josh. Watch this.
Push the button.
A new world order is emerging. A new axis of world powers with common grievances and one common enemy.
One common enemy.
No prizes for guessing which one, the United States of America. A country which has for decades tried to shape our world in its image and established its preeminence. In almost every facet of power, be it military, economy, technology, culture, or morality for that matter.
Damn. That's eugenics
It is
right there.
America the world looks up to, all thanks to its global influence networks and, of course, the American PR machinery. But what if I tell you that things are changing?
Uh-oh.
That America's global empire is crumbling. The hegemony of Western nations is dying.
Whoa.
Hold
Hold on. She just said America. I'm telling you, it is slowly and surely self-imploding.
Right.
It is self-destructing, and it's only a matter of time. Wow! I'm telling you, because of their greed,
Right.
because of all the bridges they done burned with these other nations, all the debts that they're in, and the boldness that they have to act as if they haven't done anything.
Right.
Yeah. These other nations,
And like they can't be touched.
Right.
Right. Hey, I was going to get a quick precept on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Give me Revelations 18 and verse 7.
Come on.
The book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 7.
Come on.
How much she have glory.
Who's the she? Babylon the Great.
Bring it out.
United States of America, the great hoe, as the Bible calls her. Read.
How much she have glorified herself
Uh-huh.
and lived deliciously.
Uh-huh.
So much torment and sorrow give her.
How did she live deliciously? Off of the slavery of the Israelites,
Right.
of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans,
Right.
right? And that in turn made them the superpower of the world today. Read.
For she said in her heart, I sit a queen
Come on.
and am no widow.
Come on.
and shall see no sorrow.
And that's that pride that we've been talking about in Obadiah. That's that pride that we've been talking about this whole time. She says she sits a queen, meaning a ruler, a superpower in the world, and what shall see, and no widow, meaning she ain't taking no losses. And she not going to see no sorrow, but who going to see sorrow? They ass going to see sorrow
Bring
when
it out.
Christ come back. Come on, read.
Right. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day.
Read.
Death.
Come on.
And mourning.
Come on.
And famine.
Read.
And she shall be utterly burned with fire.
Read.
For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her.
That's right. So that's why I had to pull this precept, because it says she sits a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. That's that pride of the United States of America today.
Right.
Yeah, that's that. Remember how God described the women of Israel, how they walked all haughty with,
Right.
That's what America is doing now. America is taking that place. They on the go down, not to come up.
Right.
That's good.
Can I back him up on that? Let me back you up on that. Go to Isaiah chapter 47. Because when you read through Isaiah 47, this is talking about Babylon the Great as a woman. That's what it's talking about. So read verse 9 right quick.
The book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 47 and
verse 8.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 8.
Read that.
Therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasure.
You got to look at how America moves. How they move everywhere around the world is given to pleasure. Look at how Babylon the Great moves. Look at how the great dragon, that great whore moves. It's fornication. It's evil. It's sin all across the earth.
Right.
Read on.
That dwelleth carelessly.
How do they dwell?
Carelessly.
Carelessly. They do whatever the hell they think they want to do.
Right.
I'm going to come to your land and I'm going to put democracy there. We didn't ask for that, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. I'm going to put embargoes on your people. I'm going to force you to accept LGBTQ.
Free will.
That's
Right.
that culture thing that they were talking about adding whenever they go out and propagate their little stuff around.
Right. They do, but they do it to everybody.
Right.
This is that's the point. They're doing it to everybody. Read.
Right.
That sayest in thine heart.
We still on that pride. Read.
I am, and none else beside me.
I am the same way that the Most High God told us, I am that I am.
Right.
They want to move like that. They want to be like God. He said, I am. Go ahead.
I shall not sit as a widow.
I won't be a widow. Just like it said in Revelation 18. Come on.
Right.
Neither shall I know the loss of children.
And ain't nothing happening to my people. But read on. Read what the Bible says.
These two things shall come to thee.
But on the contrary to what you think in your wicked mind, what the Bible say?
In a moment, in one day.
In a moment, in one day. The scripture said 1 hour is going to be all over. Read.
Right.
The loss of children.
The loss of children is coming.
And widowhood.
And widowhood. Your husbands, your men is going to be put to death.
That's right.
Read.
They shall come upon thee.
But they shall come upon thee. The other nations around you that you've been dwelling carelessly around, they going to come upon you. And then what?
In the perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries.
Because the multitude of thy sorceries, the evil, the policies, the popular persuasion that you've been bringing in. Because of that, that's the reason you'll get pulled down.
And for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Of thy enchantments. Because you got a spiritual witchcraft on the whole earth right now.
Right. On the whole earth.
Understand that.
Fog is lifted.
That's what the whole chapter is about. The beginning.
Permanent slot on WCO.
The beginning, though, it said that
permanent slot on WCO.
we got to pull up the skirt today.
That's right.
We got to. That's what it says.
That's what it is. That mysticism, that enchantment with America, that's just fading away.
Right.
Now, people see
being
America
exposed.
for what it is.
That's right.
Hey, finish that video. We're going to go up to 125. Yeah. Come on.
That things are changing. That America's global empire is crumbling. The hegemony of Western nations is dying. And a new alliance is looking to replace it. An alliance led by 3 countries.
Hold up.
Hold the press.
Hey,
Stop the press.
We're going to stop it right here. We're going to come back at the commercial. But we got more where this came from. We're going to make sure we're going to hit that.
Hit that. There it is.
Donate.
Donate.
Please donate, Israel. We need y'all support. All right, we're going to come back to that same video. Don't go nowhere. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
That's right.
I'm Officer Halez.
Officer Michael.
Officer Asahel.
Officer Azariah.
Officer Joshua.
Officer Zakir.
And with that, we make up
Shalom Israel, oficial Yakin. desde Filadelfia, venimos acá en DC a la fiesta DC, que es una de las más grandes festividades de los latinos hispanos en la nación. Están aquí rompiendo el sábado, hoy es el día de expiación, están comprando, están vendiendo, están comiendo cerdo. Estamos aquí, como nos dice en Isaías 58, que hay que predicarle a la gente y enseñarles su rebelión, su insensatez, su iniquidad, y eso es lo que estamos haciendo hoy aquí en Fiesta DC, para enseñarle a la gente que ellos no son mexicanos, ni centroamericanos, ni hispanos, ni latinos, pero que somos las 12 tribus de los hijos de Israel. Shalom.
Una fulente como en un horno. ¿Qué color? ¿Ah? ¿Más oscura? Sí, claro, claro. So, ahora, acuérdense de la Biblia, ¿qué color es Jesucristo? Negro.
As the 7 seals of the apocalypse are broken one by one, we move closer to the end of the timeline. Some biblical experts contend that the seals have already begun to break, setting the stage for a final cataclysm. If this is true, what could happen and when?
I done seen the future in America won't make it. I can look at Europe and I see it for the taking. China's about to fall, the economy is breaking. We ain't asking for the kingdom, man, we about to take it. World domination, we gon' take it. I don't need your money, yeah, we coming out the matrix. The London Bridge is falling, the Eiffel Tower falling, Statue of Liberty is falling, call that world domination.
Not in the zodiacs, but the stars line up right. Thought that was a plane, that's an angel made of fire. The Lord gon' flip the cards and it started with a fly. You been sitting in the church while your pastor teaching lies. We after the world domination. For the blacks, Hispanics, and all of the natives. For Dominicans and Haitians and Jamaicans. Like bleach to a white tee, you nations can't fade us.
We gon' take this kingdom, break it down and build it up. Bring their treasures in the stars, tell them fill it up. All the nations drunk the cup, tell them sip it up. Even if their bodies dropping, they ain't get enough. If you not walking in the way, better get up out the way. Better watch your words, cause he writing what you say. If you work iniquity, then death you getting paid. Judgment coming soon, I can't wait to see the day. I just seen the vision, presidents and politicians, all they kings and all they princes, everyone was bowing down. With the rod of iron, lift the banner up to Zion, speak against it, then you dying, beating nations to the ground.
I done seen the future in America won't make it. I can look at Europe and I see it for the taking. China's about to fall, the economy is breaking. We ain't asking for the kingdom, man, we about to take it. World domination, we gon' take it. I don't need your money, yeah, we coming out the matrix. The London Bridge is falling, the Eiffel Tower falling, Statue of Liberty is falling, call that world domination.
I just woke up feeling like I run the planet. Just like Jeremiah, you know that the Savior planted. They know we ordained to be a prophet, so they panic. With my rod of iron, I'm about to do some damage. When them waters open, I ain't trying to talk. All them babies getting rocked on the cinder block. We gon' make the heat hot like a dinner pot. Then I break them into shivers till the quiver stop. Whipping and flipping my people opinion till all the chosen to seal. You know that I've been up then as a watchman, so I've been watching the field. All I've been seeing is servants on horses thinking they king of the hill. We rising up to collect what they owe us, they gon' be paying the bill.
I done seen the future in America won't make it. I can look at Europe and I see it for the taking. China's about to fall, the economy is breaking. We ain't asking for the kingdom, man, we about to take it. World domination, we gon' take it. I don't need your money, yeah, we coming out the matrix. The London Bridge is falling, the Eiffel Tower falling, Statue of Liberty is falling, call that world domination. World domination.
Yeah. You alright? Look, music sound good, so they all vibe to it. Scriptures coming out and they all slide to it. Ever seen the sun in the nighttime? Music sound good, so they all vibe to it. Bullets start hitting and they all die to it. Meddle in your sins and you might die. Yeah, look. When I put on my fringes, I lost all my friends. Not trying to be different, just trying to make a difference. They hopped in the Benz while I did my father's business. I'm keeping the distance, but I'm still going the distance. I'm all in the scriptures, then they still popping prescriptions. Nah. They call it a Saturday, I call it a Sabbath day. They call it a holiday, I call it a holy day. They call it their birthday, I call it the worst day. They gon' hit the club, everybody looking thirsty. Yeah. Vibe with me, she say vibe with me. I said nah, she say why? Cause I got a wife and I'm fine, Brittany. She say, we can go and hide. I said nah, I serve the most high. She say shut up boy and come get high with me now. Vibe. They said they got that loud, we could smoke on volume. I said nah, they said how come? Cause you sound dumb and it comes in the volume. No matter how you try to run, he can find you. And that's real talk. But
Check. We back. All praise be to the Most High God.
That's right.
Son Jesus the Christ. Right. Real quick, shout out to the General Bishop Nathaniel, Bishop Yawasop, Austin's own Bishop Kanai, the mighty war deacons, the captains, officers, soldiers, men, women, and children. We appreciate all of y'all that's laboring, that's in the front lines out there helping us out. All praise be to the Most High God. Hey, check it out real quick. Boop. We gonna need y'all to hit that PayPal button.
All right.
Make sure y'all support y'all. All right. Don't forget, like, comment, share, and subscribe. With that, I'm Officer Hales.
Officer Michael.
Officer Asahel.
Officer Azariah.
Officer Joshua.
Officer Zakur.
And with that, we make up
WCO.
Shout out to Officer Razmus.
Shout out Officer Razmus.
That right. Shout out. Who else we ain't got here? Shout out to Officer Kyle.
Right, Officer Jasper.
Who we got?
Jasper Jr.
Officer Jasper.
They busting.
Officer Get a Liar. They busting.
They busting.
Right. Shout out to Officer Jasper, man. They busting.
That's right. So hey, we gonna go back to where we left off at.
Right.
That's right.
All right. We going into world domination. Let's put the thumbnail real quick.
That's right.
Thumbnail, please.
That right.
Come on.
All right, read that.
Who's the next world power? Hashtag race to world domination.
Race to world domination.
They want to rule the world.
Hey, the Bible gonna let us know though, because remember what Christ said. Remember what the Bible say. My counsel shall stand. Ain't gonna be no stopping that. Scriptures cannot be broken.
That's right. So we was getting into some nations that got the same common enemy.
Yeah. All right, run that video back. Let's get straight to it.
A new world order is emerging, a new axis of world powers with common grievances and one common enemy. No prizes for guessing which one, the United States of America.
Hold on. She said no prizes for guessing which one, meaning it is evident.
Right.
We know who the world hates.
Right.
We know who the world.
The other nations.
Right. Who's irritating and who's the common grievance of all the other nations?
Right.
It's the USA.
Obviously, the scriptures say, if not, then who is he?
The United States of America, man, the most hated nation
in the world.
And Jake over here playing basketball and football hella comfortable. Damn. While Iran and Russia and China teaming up about to nuke this place.
Wow.
Y'all over here thinking that this place is going to dwell forever.
Right.
You believe in the white man. You trust in oppression. Get that Isaiah 30 real quick. All brothers, I'm telling you, all this rap industry and the
luxury
NBA
living.
and the NFL and the luxury living and the Bugattis and the crazy. I'm telling you, your whole American lavish
mindset.
lifestyle. Your bank about to get zeroed out.
Right.
Whatever your bank account is. I'm telling you, destruction is coming.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, all them riches and everything you had ain't gonna matter. None of that is gonna matter.
You gonna burn with it.
You gonna burn with it. Read what you got.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
You see that? They take counsel, but not of God. They go to the white man for everything. And they trust in the white man for everything. But they don't come to learn about the scriptures and their history and who they are and what God requires of them. Our people ain't doing that. Keep reading.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
But not of my spirit. Read.
That they may add sin to sin.
That's all they do, man. That's all they do. Our people, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, all we do is add sin on top of sin on top of sin on top of sin.
That's right.
Come on, man. Hey, look. This is what's going to happen. These other nations are teaming up.
Right.
And destruction is coming here very, very soon. Play the video.
No prizes for guessing which one. The United States of America. A country which has for decades tried to shape our world in its image and established its preeminence in almost every facet of power, be it military, economy, technology, culture, or morality.
I gotta say this. Why in the hell she paint her face white like that?
I'm Samaki, you in the spirit.
Man,
You in the spirit, I'm Samaki.
Hey, her neck a whole nother color.
She up here talking about America, but she look at her.
Because them same damn influences she
God
talking
dang.
about. That's why.
Come on now, dog.
Damn. Go ahead.
Come on,
No,
man.
hold on. Hey, give me Sirach chapter 20, verse 8. Because she said that they try to establish their preeminence all around the world.
Right.
Read that real quick.
The book of Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 8. He that useth many words shall be abhorred.
Come on.
And he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated.
Ain't that what America does?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, that's a
They
cold
take
precept.
authority to
precept.
themselves,
That's a cold
Yep.
precept.
and they said, we going to do this. We going to do that.
Right.
And they act like they the authoritative, they the authority of the world.
Right. Yep.
And they're like, damn, so y'all not just going to ask us? We not going to have a meeting about this?
Right.
You just gonna rule over me like that?
They look at a brother attire like an Elamite or anybody else, and they be like, what the hell you got on?
Right.
You need this damn suit and tie like me.
Right.
That's not professional.
Right.
Look at her.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Read it. Read it.
I don't know what the hell
Put
that
this
is.
up. Put this up there. Read that, Oz.
America's perceived power domains:
So this is what Officer Zakir is talking about.
military, morality, economy, technology, culture.
Culture. You look how you dress. You just said it, Officer.
Hey, real quick, I'll read it one more time. Read it one more time.
The book of Sirach, chapter 20 and verse 8.
Come on.
He that useth many words shall be abhorred. And he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated.
It said take it to himself authority, not what God says authority is, not what God says military is, not what God says culture is, morality, technology, economy. Damn. Economy, right? Not God's standards, but Esau's what taking to himself, creating his own standards of what things should be in this world.
But the authority that he takes a lot of times is to push something that's evil,
Right.
To push something that not's going to benefit the people, but it's only to his interest,
Benefit
right?
himself.
To benefit himself. Keep reading. Watch verse 9.
Verse 9. There is a sinner that have good success in evil things.
Isn't that Esau?
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Isn't that Esau?
Yes, it is.
Read that one more time.
There is a sinner that have good success in evil things.
You see that? Sometimes he understands in order for me to have success, I got to take authority. Even though it's evil, I'm going to take authority and I'm going to impose my will to get what I want.
They don't care.
That's Esau. Keep reading.
And there is a gain that turneth to loss.
Mind you, they gained the whole world.
Whole world.
Yep.
But what's going to happen when it's all said and done?
You're done.
They going to hold that loss. That loss right there, they going to hold
the
that
biggest
L.
L in history.
They going
hold
to
that.
hold
right.
that L.
That's right.
That gain, everything that they gain is going to be for naught.
Right.
All right? Press play.
Reality for that matter. It is America the world looks up to, all thanks to its global influence networks and, of course, the American PR machinery. But what if I tell you that things are changing? That America's global empire is crumbling. The hegemony of Western nations is dying. And a new alliance is looking to replace it. An alliance led by 3 countries.
Pause that. Right there. There is an alliance that is forming, that has been forming,
Right.
that is waiting for World War III.
That's it.
They are waiting. You got the Carmanians.
Yep.
You got the East Mongolians, the Moabites. There's 7 billion of them.
Yep.
Ready for war. And then you got Esau's own counterpart himself in Russia.
You got to put a V on that.
Hey, get that in 2 Ezra 16 and verse 1. Let's see if this ain't biblical.
Right.
Read what you got.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 1.
Come on.
16 and verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia.
Woe be what?
Woe be unto thee, Babylon.
That's America. Babylon here is America.
Right.
Okay. Keep reading.
And Asia.
And who?
Asia.
So who's Asia? Asia is the Eastern Hemisphere. That's talking
right.
about Russia, China, and Iran.
That's right.
Come on.
Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria.
Read.
Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry.
Why?
For your destruction is at hand.
Why?
A sword is sent upon you.
Because your destruction is at hand. A what is sent upon you?
A sword is sent upon you.
Now we know leadership just went over what them swords was.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Deacon Malachi just brought it out.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Deacon Malachi was bringing it out.
That's right.
Them swords, we know what they are. That's going into missiles.
That's right.
And nukes.
Right.
That's right.
That's what a flying sword is.
Yep.
The prophets couldn't explain. There wasn't
Right.
the word missile and nuclear
Right.
and all that.
Vocabulary.
That wasn't out there. They had to explain whatever it was. That I saw a flying serpent,
A star.
a flaming serpent, a
falling
star
stars.
falling from heaven.
Right.
That's what it looked like. He said, and when they hit the earth, it hurt. It killed many men. That's the only way they could explain it.
That's the only weaponry they had at the time.
So they
Swords
were
and arrows.
seeing, they were
Yep.
actually seeing World War III.
Damn.
Meaning everything has already been written. Your life has been written. Everything we doing right now, what tomorrow is to bring, that's already written.
That's right. Hey.
Bruh, I'm telling you, this
Take
is why
heed.
we need to get right. We in the last days, family. We are in the last days, and today is not the day to play around with the Most High God because war's on the brink.
That's right.
Read that again.
A sword is sent upon you. And who may turn it back?
Who gonna turn a sword back? Who gonna turn a missile, a nuke? Who gonna turn that back? Nobody. Once they hit that button,
That's it.
you hear how they say that they got like counteractive missiles to try to counter defense systems to try to that say that they can intercept the other nations.
Similar to the Iron Dome.
Yeah, air defense. Air defense.
Air defense and so
Right.
forth, right?
Right.
Lord says no. When they hit them buttons,
That's it.
They gonna be like, I'm pressing the button. It's
Ain't
not
nothing
turning it
happening.
back.
Hey.
It ain't turning it back. It ain't working.
They gonna know they defeated.
Officer Hilaire's favorite subject. We ain't going into it, but them UFOs, when them chariots go over,
Come
none
on.
of them electronics
It's
don't
over
work.
with.
There you go.
You
Hey,
just,
the Lord
All
said,
systems down.
all
That's
systems
right.
down.
Right. The Lord said, my counsel shall stand.
There
So
you
I'm
go.
saying it because
There
it's
you go.
true.
Keep
it.
reading.
A fire is sent among you. And who may quench it?
And what's that sword gonna bring? What kind of sword machete? What kind of machete bring fire? That's how you know.
Yeah.
This ain't talking about a regular sword. This
Right.
is talking about missiles.
That's right.
Nukes. World War III. A fire is being sent among you. Mind you, what does a missile look like in the sky? It look like a flying sword.
It does.
But right here it says it's gonna bring fire. Thank you, AV.
Hey, there we go, AV.
Thank you, AV.
Come on with it now.
We've only been talking about it for 5
There
minutes
it is
now.
right there, a flying sword.
Hey, that's a sword right there.
That's it. Look at it.
Read that again. Why they doing doing
Okay, AV. Damn.
A sword is sent upon you.
Uh-huh.
And who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you. And who may quench it?
Nobody. Keep reading.
Plagues are sent unto you.
That means destruction is being sent unto Babylon, which is America, Asia, which is Russia, China, Iran. Come on.
Plagues are sent unto you. And what is he that may drive them away?
There you go. So take that off real quick. Go back to the video. Play the video.
Russia, China, and Iran. The three most sanctioned countries in the world. They seem to have formed a rather informal alliance of convenience, a loose alliance of sorts which the West is calling a troika of tyranny. And a
All
triangle
right, hold on. So now they being painted as the bullies. Now they're the troika of tyranny.
Right.
Not America.
Not America.
Not America.
That cracker cold. He just
Right.
turned it right on.
No. I'm telling you, that's them pushing their influence.
Right.
This is why they hate it. This is why America is hated, man.
And officer, she said that with their using their PR, that's the media.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the media. Now, like you just said, they're trying to flip the script.
Right.
Like, they're bullying, and that's what America does,
Right.
right? They try to act like they're swooping in to save the day
Right.
against tyrannous and bullies in the world.
Because they're losing their power.
Right.
There you go. That's that good cop, bad cop crap.
Right.
Go ahead.
West is calling a troika of tyranny and a triad of bullies. What have they done to deserve such titles? And can they
Exactly.
really-
Stop. They said,
on,
what
man.
have they done to deserve such titles? Because I could tell you what America has done to deserve
Right.
such
That's
titles.
right.
Right. Listen,
Right.
America
mad
the rap
with them?
sheet
raped,
is,
robbed, and murdered
man,
100 million Native American
Yes.
Indians.
Bring it
Right.
150 million South Americans,
150 plus.
200 million natives all across the Western Hemisphere
Right.
throughout the course of time.
Yep.
Right? They did black codes. What else?
77
Willie Lynch.
billion.
Man.
Segregation.
Right, 1492, 1619.
Right.
Right. They sterilized all the women in Puerto Rico.
Right.
They infected the Guatemalans with syphilis
Yep.
in the 1960s.
Yep. Tuskegee Airmen.
The
Border
Tuskegee
schools.
Airmen. Black
Yep.
Wall Street, 1921.
All the
Officer.
I mean, we can go on for days in regards to how evil
Right.
and disgusting America is.
Officer, you just mentioned the Western Hemisphere.
That was just the West.
We're not even mentioning Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Oh, there you go.
Come on.
We're not even mentioning
Right.
how they've, in the recent times, how many bombs they've dropped in the Middle
Right.
East, so-called Middle
or
East.
Africa.
And
Right,
all
or
the
Africa.
That's what I was about to say. The unspoken wars of Africa.
Right.
That's never
Yes,
brought
sir.
up.
That's what I'm saying.
I heard there was a Holocaust that transpired in Mozambique, where there was over 1 million that was put to death.
Wow.
Damn.
In the country of Mozambique. I'm telling you, these are things that go unspoken.
Right.
Hey, officer, because that eugenics tree, that was one of the roots on the tree.
Eugenics tree,
History.
yep.
There you go.
They-
Yes.
Whatever
Yep.
the
Archaeology,
the
yeah.
concept is, the victor
Rights.
writes the history.
That's right.
There
So
you go.
whoever
Right.
won, I'm gonna tell you how I whooped your behind.
Wait, what
But
they called it? What they called it, Officer
What
AZ?
they call it?
His story.
His stories,
Right.
not our story.
Right.
His story.
They
That's why
named the
look,
land after themselves.
Right.
that's why we open the Bible.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all get the mic on Officer AZ. See, the wisdom comes from how he hold the mic.
Oh, damn. Hey.
Hey, look, wait. This is
Above
not,
the box.
That's
Hey, this brother is
For all you
outside
rappers-
the box.
Look, for all you rappers, this is not an approved tactic to hold a mic.
Right.
Oh, man.
I'm just doing
Captain,
it.
you be driving captain's car crazy right now. Don't be cupping the mic.
Yeah, don't cover the mic. But that's
Shout
just
out to
something that I
Cap.
see,
Shout out to
though.
Cap,
Yeah,
man.
Shout out Cap.
That right.
Hey, I can give you a hint of what happened to Putin too, though.
What happened?
Why they villainize him like that? Because he opened up them catacombs. He showed Christ.
Catacomb.
Now he on that hit list.
He on the
Dylan,
hit list.
Don't listen to him.
Right.
He a bully.
All right, go ahead. Play the video.
What have they done to deserve such titles? And can they really reshape the prevailing world order? Or will they instead push the world into further disorder? And above everything else, where does India fit in this new axis? Does it have any reason to worry? We'll find out over the next few minutes. Hello and welcome.
That's not even blended.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
All praise. Go to that next video.
The who then? The next global. I ain't good with that.
Hey, real quick, get Psalms chapter 83. Because at one point, all these nations, all these countries, they were in cahoots with one another. Right? Read that real quick. Psalms chapter 83.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2.
Go on.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult,
Uh-huh.
and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Meaning everything that's transpiring, believe it or not, they're all in a race for global domination.
Right.
Because they know what the prophecy is.
Yes.
They all know that the next world power is actually us.
That's right.
The
So-called
final.
blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans
That's right.
are the real next global power.
That's right.
How can it be so? If we ain't got no army, We ain't got no military might. We ain't got no resources.
Yep.
A lot of us ain't got a pot to piss in.
Bring it on, officer.
We got banks where we done overdraft.
Right.
We in debt.
Bad credit?
Credit cards we maxed
The
out.
rent due.
The rent is due. We don't own no land. We've been in slavery.
Thank God for the name change. All praise it.
Yeah, right.
The name's bad out here. Thank God. Precept came out.
Hey, so my thing is, how is it anybody looking, any other body that don't understand the Bible will be looking at us like we crazy.
Bring it out.
They gonna be like, how you niggas are saying that we the next world power? Are y'all crazy?
Negro, please.
They're like, we ain't on nowhere on the magnitude of China, Iran.
Right.
The bottom.
See, this is why you Christians.
And we ain't on one accord.
Right. And
So-
we ain't on
Yeah.
accord.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, there's an exceeding great army that is rising.
That's right.
All
That's
praises.
They ain't got not one nuke.
Right.
Don't
We
need
ain't got not one little missile.
Right.
Don't need it.
We ain't got no guns.
Hold
Don't
on,
need 'em.
officer. Hold on, officer.
No. I know.
Okay.
Go ahead.
We
What
got
you
a little something.
We got a little something.
I know, but I'm just
Cornerly.
Officers of Curry.
We got a little something.
I'm letting them know what we carnally don't have.
Okay.
Right.
Because that's what Christians are gonna rely
Yes,
on,
sir.
Right.
And Catholics.
The bullets, guns.
We got a whole nother
power.
Right.
That's right.
Our armor is set up with weapons of mass destruction that are not carnal.
Right.
That are not carnal.
We tap in for real. Yeah.
All praise be to the
Yeah,
Lord.
it is. Come on,
That's right.
come on through with it, AB.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
The army right there, man.
Yeah.
We tapped
That
in for
go
real.
the army.
General right
We
now,
tapped in for real.
Hey, so go back to Psalms 83. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Come on.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Read.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Hey, that's why there's like a C-SPAN channel.
Yeah.
-1, -2, and all that.
Right.
And you always see the flags. I don't know if we could pull that up. I know Bishop posted it in his class, where you can see all the nations come together and they all having these secret meetings.
Right.
And then if you turn to the next channel, you usually get like ESPN. That's what Jake is watching.
Jake
Oh, yeah.
You get the NBA.
They missed
Right.
good
They
information.
bypass.
Yeah.
They bypass. Can we post that? Do we got that C-SPAN where they having the meetings?
Damn.
All you got to do
Get
is
them
type
think
in
tanks.
C-SPAN.
That's it.
News.
Damn.
And you'll see
That's
a room, like an auditorium full of flags.
Yep.
Yes.
And all those flags represent the nations that are representing that room. And normally their main discussion is actually about us.
That's right.
That's what we don't know.
Yep.
That's what we don't know. We too busy being distracted by the new rap video that just dropped.
Damn.
Officer, can I back you up on that?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, in Wisdom of Solomon, it says that we have to accept the destruction of our enemies.
Right.
Right.
That's what the nations had to see. They seen, okay, God really does have a chosen people.
Right.
We have to come together and agree that all of these people have to stay on the bottom.
That's right.
That's it.
That's
They
right.
literally accept the scripture. We got to
Psalms
do the same.
83.
That's that Psalms 83. That's
There
it.
you go.
Yep.
All right. So keep reading that while they looking for it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Now watch, and they did that. They did that for now. For now.
Right.
That was temporary, y'all. We coming back. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Hold on now. Real quick. Let me
Come on.
see. What's your name?
Michael.
Mr. Israel.
Right. Michael Israel.
What's your name? Mr. Israel.
They're right.
Mr. Israel.
Come on with it.
Mr. Israel. Everybody up here is Mr. Israel. The name of
That's
Israel
right.
is coming back, y'all.
That's right.
That's right.
We taking our nationality back that was stolen from us.
There you go.
According to Isaiah 44, verse 5.
There we
That's
go.
right.
There you go. Put that up. That's what the
That's
channel
it.
look like, kind of,
People,
sort of.
planet, prosperity.
Yeah, and you notice we're not in there.
That's right.
We're not in there, okay? Because they ain't got no respect for us. They look down on us. They
Yep.
think we're nothing.
Right. That's right.
But the Lord, like Officer Micah stated earlier, is using the weak things, right? What does it say? The get that in
Yep. Corinthians.
1 Corinthians 1
Yep.
23, I think it is. And hold that Psalms, because we coming right back there.
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Corinthians,
Watch
chapter
this.
1 and verse 21.
Uh-huh.
For after that, in the wisdom of God, the world by wisdom knew not God.
Come on.
It pleased God by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
So the foolishness of preaching is when we going out there in the streets and we saying, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, y'all are the real Jews.
Right.
Keep the commandments. Brothers, don't shave your beards. Keep the laws. Come out of your traditions of men.
Right.
That to everybody, that to them Christians and them Catholics and them Muslims and everybody out there is foolish to them.
Right.
But God put that spirit on us because we are going to expose all these other nations and Christianity and the followers of it. We're going to expose all of that.
That's
right. Come on.
Verse 25. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than man, and the weakness of God is stronger than man.
So there you go. So it goes into the foolishness of preaching of the
verse
cross.
27.
Would you read verse 18, right? Read verse 18 real quick.
Verse 18.
Come on.
For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness. But unto us which are saved, it is power of God.
So to them it's foolish. They say color don't matter when we say Christ is black.
Right.
To them, when we tell them the true gospel, Christ only died for Israel. No, y'all are foolish.
Right.
Because he died for everybody.
Right.
So the true preaching of Christ, to them, they look at us like we're fools.
Right.
But they don't understand they're the fools. Because they don't understand they've been deceived by Christianity.
That's right.
By these other nations in Psalms chapter 83. Go back to it.
The book of Psalms chapter 83 and verse 4.
Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
You see that? They wanted to dismantle and destroy our unity, right? Our alliance, the 12 tribes coming back together as a nation.
Break the bands.
Understand? Yeah, they wanted to break the bands. They said, gather ourselves together, O nation I desired. Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent that they are confederate against thee.
So all those nations that we reading about,
and
or that we seeing right up here, transition that. There you go. All these nations are confederate against thee. Right there you have the Arabs, the East Indians, the Chinese, the Japanese, and last but not least, the so-called white man.
Right. That's like SIBO in the middle,
arch
really.
nemesis number one. Okay, they're all confederate against us. Right. Now this is the kicker, though. They may be against us. Get Psalms chapter 55 and verse 9. Watch this.
The book of Psalms chapter 55 and verse 9.
Come on, let me get it with you.
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Destroy, O Lord.
He said, destroy, O Lord. Watch this.
And divide their tongue.
And do what?
Divide their tongue.
So in all these meetings, guess what the Lord is going to do? He going to divide their tongues. They're not going to see eye to eye anymore. They're not going to see eye to eye anymore. The Lord is going to divide their tongues.
That's right. Yep.
The Lord, I'm telling you, there's going to be arguments. They're going to be like, well, y'all are doing this. But y'all,
why you always get the big piece of chicken?
There you go. So remember, there's no honor amongst thieves.
That's right.
Aren't they all thieves?
Right. Yep. That's right.
So, okay, y'all could be confederate, but that's a temporary spirit. At the end of the day, God is going to divide their tongues. Read it again.
Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues.
Read.
For I have seen violence and strife in the city.
There you go. Is that it on that?
Yes, sir.
Proverbs 21, just to precept that.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 21.
And verse 1.
Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 1.
Watch this.
The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
So the Lord is controlling all of them. These are the kings of the earth.
That's right.
Right? And God is dividing their tongues. They're not seeing eye to eye. That's why it's stirring up. That's why alliances are forming out in the Eastern Hemisphere.
That's right.
That's why canals are being created.
Bring it out.
That's right.
Because these other nations are tired of America trying to bully them.
There you go.
And it's only a matter of time before it go down.
That's right.
Only a matter of time, Israel.
Right.
I was going to say real quick, and that's like it says in 2 Ezra 16, I think, about the Carmanians. They're going to what? Remember their nature.
Yeah.
Right now, all these nations, like you just mentioned, they sleeper cells. But the Lord going to put the spirit on them, just like it says in Proverbs 21. He going to put the spirit on them. He going to turn their heart, and they going to remember their nature.
That's right.
They going to turn up.
Let me get Revelations real quick. 18 verse 11.
Book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 11.
Come on.
And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her.
Over her. The her is America. Come on.
For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Why? Because what America did, made their dollar valuable and took everybody merchants. They took everybody goods, come on,
the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ornaments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves.
Come on.
And souls of men.
And that was our people. That was our people that they did those things to. They got all of those merchants from the other nations. The other nations even sold us, like you talk about in Joel.
That's right.
To the Grecians. Read.
And the fruits of thy lust, and the fruits of thy soul lusted, after are departed from thee.
Read.
And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee.
Come on.
And thou shalt find them no more at all.
You're not going to find them no more at all. You're not going to find America in power no more at all.
There you go. Hey, real quick, shout out to brother Cedric Lewis in the comments. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Shout out that man said.
Hold on, those merchants are the other nations.
That's right.
Yes, sir. They the other nations. They're going to have a lot to pay for everything that they did to God's chosen people.
Yep.
That's right.
All right, where we at? Play that video.
When we think of global superpowers, names like the United States, China, or Russia come to mind. But what if I told you the next global superpower isn't a country at all? Stick around, because we're about to dive into a surprising shift in global power that could change the world as we know it. For centuries, global superpowers have been defined by their military might, economic strength, and political influence. The British Empire once ruled over a quarter of the world's population. The United States has dominated for decades, and China is rapidly rising. But the concept of a superpower is evolving. In today's interconnected world, something else is emerging that might just outshine them all. Enter the age of technology and corporations. Companies like Apple, Google, and Amazon hold more data and power than many nations. They influence how we communicate, shop.
Hey, this is cap.
Right there.
This is cap. This is cap. This, I'm telling you, the white man is behind this.
Yep.
And they are after supreme dominance. That's what they after.
They want to keep it.
Right. They want to keep it. They want to aspire to have it. What happened, Officer Kern?
Don't a man or white man own these companies?
Exactly.
Right.
So they sitting there saying, no, it's not going to be a nation. It's going to be technology. That's cap, bro. What are y'all talking about? There's going to be a nation that controls all of those substances behind the scenes.
Right.
That's the white man saying, no, we're not trying to obtain domination. It's going to be technology. That's BS, man. Here's some examples of how the white man is trying to have that dominance. Here's one example, right? Play this video. I just pinned it, AV. That sounds weird. Take that off. Play that video I just pinned.
Hey, what's that called, officer? When you just wave your hand and they forget everything?
Jedi
mind trick. Jedi mind trick, bro. Nah, watch this. Here's some examples. Play that video real quick.
I said, hey, if you were the government and you wanted to take control of people, how would you do it? This is the response. Are you ready for it? If I were the government and my goal was to prevent people from reaching their full potential and fulfilling their life purpose, I would use systemic methods to create environments where personal growth is stunted. Here's how I would approach it. Again, if you look at the last 4 years since COVID, and even the last 100 years of how America's changed, pretty scary. Number one, control education. I design an education system that prioritizes conformity over creativity, critical thinking, and individual development. By focusing on rote memorization and standardized testing, I'd ensure people are trained to follow instructions rather than thinking.
This is called programming and conditioning.
Right.
Programming and conditioning, indoctrinating. And you get them while they're young. They already know that. So that the cycle continues to repeat itself to the next generation.
Right.
That cycle of ignorance and idiocracy that they teach us. All right? But now they're talking about us. Okay? Their education for their children is completely opposite.
Yes. Right.
The education that we obtain and the education that their children obtain is not the same.
Right.
We get programmed, they get educated. There's a big difference.
Big difference.
Their kids get
sir.
educated, we get programmed.
Yep.
To be wage slaves, okay? To rely on them, to rely on everything.
Right.
Not to be self-sufficient.
Right.
Okay? We don't get taught like life strategies and techniques on how to survive.
Right.
We don't get taught like gardening skills and landscaping, how to own land. They don't teach us these things.
Right. They teach us
Okay?
to be laborers and not owners.
There you go. There you
that's,
go.
that's Deuteronomy 28:48. The
Right.
one of all things.
There you go. But it all takes part in our youth stages.
Yes.
Yep.
That's where the programming and conditioning takes place. Come on, press play.
Instructions rather than think independently or challenge the status quo.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know, our education system came over on a Prussian model that was used to indoctrinate people into war. Because they found that when young men got drafted and went to war, they wouldn't follow.
Click the next one. Go on to the next one. Go ahead.
If you actually have energy rationing, which is
Here's
what
another
I do
example,
think
real
is
quick.
going to
Here's
happen.
another example on how their technology and their resources, it goes into them being able to control everything.
Right.
It's not them improving technology. They're improving the way they control the people.
The mass.
Especially the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are the Jews. Let's go.
If you actually have energy rationing, which is what I do think is going to happen sooner or later, that is the ultimate form of control.
Pause
they
that
don't
real
want-
quick. The ultimate form of control. You see, that's why them
Yes.
Teslas,
Yes.
that with electrical, what do you call it? Electrical grid, electrical cars.
Electrical car.
Same thing with the solar panels.
Right.
These things are all being done intentionally as an experiment. Okay, what they're doing is they want that ultimate form of control. Same thing, Bishop Nathaniel brought it out with that digital currency.
Yes.
It's the same thing. They want to be able to strong arm every avenue of your survival.
That's right.
That's what they want to do. Go ahead.
That is the ultimate form of control. So they don't want you to have a gasoline-powered car because that gives you the freedom to basically go anywhere whenever you want. They want you to have an electric car because not only can it have a kill switch, but they can also just tell you, hey, sorry, too bad, you can't charge your electric car. Looks like you're not going anywhere for the time being. This is to me, this is about control. And energy, like Jim said, is a master resource. That is absolutely true. It underpins all
Hey, can you
economic
imagine
activity.
that? Watch this. This is how, think about it. You can't drive a car unless you have insurance, you have a driver's license, you have registration, your tags got to be up to date and inspection and so forth, right? Mind you, but they can't stop you if it's gas operated. If it's an electrical car, they ain't even got there won't be no chase. Or you won't have to worry about pulling over.
Right.
They'll be able to take control of the vehicle themselves because it's an AI vehicle, and they'll pull you over. Yeah, they'll drive you to jail.
Man, lock you in the car.
And they'll lock the car too.
Man, officer,
You ain't getting out.
That happened in that world on that movie Leave the World Behind. All them Teslas just start going crazy. I don't know if anybody's seen that movie, but that was and they start just shutting everything electrical down in that movie.
What was that movie where the brother, not Limitless, but the other one, where he had a chip? It was STEM that was in him. It was called STEM. Y'all don't remember that movie?
STEM. What'd you say, Officer Anonymous? What'd you say? It's called STEM.
No. It's called something else. But anyway, in the beginning, they show how the people that was looking for him. It was in the future that the movie was based upon like in the 2040s or 50s or something like that. And when they were looking for him and his wife was in the vehicle. They took control of his vehicle. They locked the doors. Wow. And then it's called Upgrade. There you go, Upgrade.
Shout out to Officer Anonymous, man.
And they made the vehicle go about 200 miles per hour till it crashed out and his wife died. And then he was crawling out the vehicle and that's when they shot him.
Damn.
Yep. So
that stuff ain't too far-fetched.
This is stuff that when you see it being put in the movies, it's because they're actually Micah chapter 2 and 2 is actually taking place.
Yep.
Right. They're actually practicing those things on their beds.
Yeah. And
all their pride.
Right.
It does. They desensitizing you as well.
There you
go.
go.
When things come out in movies, and like you said, they're experimenting on us.
Right.
We're getting programmed and desensitized to what's coming out.
And the more impressed you are at the white man's technology, the dumber you become.
Damn!
The dumber you become.
That's it.
Because now you're like, oh, I'm just Technology, yeah. I'm just gonna. I don't need gas. I don't need an oil change. I don't need to know how to change a tire. We could just rely on technology with everything. Not understanding technology is witchcraft, and it's dumbing us down. It's distracting us. It's destroying us. All right, press the video. Let's finish that.
True. It underpins all economic activity. So if you control or if you ration the amount of energy available to people, not the big companies, but just the people, you're going to be very, very more able to control them. And that's what I think this is all about.
Right. Hey, put the next video. Next video. Just pinned it. He's gonna go. This next guy, Edomite, is gonna. He's whistle blowing the same thing. Go ahead.
Self-driving cars are coming. And again, it's who controls them. But who's to say there wouldn't be a scenario where if you get into a self-driving car, there's not a human, it's programmed to take you, you think you're going where you wanted to go, and instead it takes you somewhere else. And maybe it even locks the door. And I'm being serious. I mean, do you think if the FBI had the ability to send a self-driving vehicle to somebody who was a person of interest at that post-election rally in Washington, D.C., let's just say that, do you think the FBI would jump at the chance to send a self-driving car to a person of interest in an investigation and then just have that car lock the door and take them where they could get their hands on them and interrogate them? That may sound crazy to you. It doesn't sound crazy to me.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Right. So once again, going into, I didn't want to deviate off topic because we digressed a little bit. But yes, it goes into them having control. They start here at home and they start to expand with those, as Officer Zakur was bringing out, their culture, their morals, the way they try to control everything. A lot of these other countries don't appreciate, they don't want electric cars. They don't want solar panels. They don't, there's things that they're not in agreement. They don't want digital currency. They want to use actual gold. They want to use actual silver and copper. And real precious metals that actually have true value and substance.
That has nothing to do with the American dollar.
Exactly, because they know that the American dollar gets printed out. It's not worth anything. Okay, so they feel like, they're taking an L in trying to compromise with something that gets returned to them of no value. But yet we're giving you gold. We're giving you our resources.
Precious things.
You know what I'm saying? All right, press play.
For centuries, global superpowers have been defined by their military might, economic strength, and political influence. The British Empire once ruled over a quarter of the world's population. The United States has dominated for decades, and China is rapidly rising. But the concept of a superpower is evolving. In today's interconnected world, something else is emerging that might just outshine them all. Enter the age of technology and corporations. Companies like Apple, Google, and Amazon hold more data and power than many nations. They influence how we communicate, shop, and even think. Social media platforms can sway public opinion and even impact elections.
And the majority of all those social media and everything, who owns it? Amalek. Amalek.
Right.
Amalek. Where's that scripture that says the scriptures can't be broken? John 5, is it? Read that.
Prophet.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 35. If he called them gods, unto whom the word of God came, and the scripture cannot be broken.
The scriptures cannot be broken.
Right.
The scriptures cannot be broken, meaning that you cannot stop what God said is going to happen. Y'all want to know what's going to happen? Do we want to know who the world domination is going to be? Who's going to be the next world power?
Put it in the chat.
Who's it going to be?
Hey, can we read this before you bring it out?
I say put it in the chat.
Give me Psalms real quick. Psalm 62 and 11. Going right into what you're saying, officer. Officer about to bring it out. Who's going to be the next world superpower? But watch this. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 62 and verse 11.
Come on.
God have spoken once.
Come on.
Twice. Have I heard this, that power belongeth unto God.
You see that? Power belonging unto God. And the next power gonna be, come on, I was just back in your hands now.
Read 2 Ezra chapter 6. 2 Ezra chapter 6.
He spake once, yea, twice. Power belonging to God. Come on.
We're going to speak now. Read that verse 6.
The book of 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 6.
It ain't no stopping this. It's already written.
That's
Read what you got.
Then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other. But by me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? And when shall be the end of the first? And the beginning of it that followeth.
So what shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that
followeth?
followeth?
Get out.
Watch what Ezra's is saying here. Read.
And he said unto me,
It's the angel.
from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world.
Say that again.
Esau is the end of the world.
Hey, can you put that book up? Who is Esau Edom? Who is Esau Edom real quick? Transition that over. Read that one more time. For Esau
is the end of the world.
Read.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So who's in rulership right now?
Bring it out.
Who's in rulership?
Bring it out.
Who is it?
Esau is in rulership.
Everybody know who had the superpower
Esau,
right
the
now.
so-called white man.
Idumea.
Esau, Idumean, Edom.
Right.
The sons of Herod.
Right.
The sons of Haman.
The Greeks.
The Greeks. The Romans.
The Spaniards.
The Spaniards.
The Europeans.
The Jewish.
The devil.
The
That's
devil.
right.
Devil.
Right.
There you go. Thank you. Come on. We trying.
Who that is?
Who is Esau Edom?
Who that is?
Now, what a coinky dink. You got none but white faces on the cover of this book. Because they know who Esau Edom is.
That's right.
Esau Edom is the white man that we call Caucasian today.
That's right.
The Bible calls him Esau Edom.
That's right.
Idumea.
Idumean Edom. And it says that when his world is over,
Who that is?
when his rulership is put to rest,
Come on.
who's gonna rise up?
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
The 12 tribes of Israel are the next world power.
That's right.
That's right.
It didn't say China.
Right.
It didn't say Russia.
Right.
It didn't say the Arabs, Ishmael.
Right.
Right now, Esau is the world power,
Right.
and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. We are the next world power.
That's right. It's prophesied. Hey, give me Deuteronomy.
We are the next world power.
Chapter 30, verse 6 and 7.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 6.
Come on.
And the Lord thy God will circumcise thine heart, and the heart of thy seed,
So us and our children, come on.
to love the Lord thy God with all thine heart and with all thy soul,
Read.
that thou mayest live. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
You see that? So they're going to be the end of the world, and they're going to take on all of these curses that the children of Israel had to endure by the hands of all the other nations. Come on.
And on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
You see that? Which persecuted us. How did they persecute us? They sold us into slavery. They give us the bad education. They throw us in jail. They do all this thing. They persecute us from a childhood all the way up until we old. We bums on the streets. They go do their wars, and then they ain't got nowhere to live when they come back here. We've been through all of that.
That's right.
They persecuted us, so he's going to put all of those things on those other nations.
Hey, and you know what's speeding up the time too, right? Is when brothers is out there doing these blitzes.
Right.
That's right. We out there doing the work.
right.
Right.
The
Right.
bishops,
Right.
the deacons, captains, they leading from the front.
That's right.
That's right.
And that's making the time short.
That's
because
right.
we pleading to our Heavenly Father to make the time short.
right.
To destroy this kingdom. Because we know we up next. What
That's
you got
right.
on?
Let's get Daniel 7:27.
Read. Let's go.
Let's get Daniel 7:27.
The book of Daniel chapter 7 verse 27.
Read.
And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven
The next superpower in the world, come on,
shall be given to the people of the saints of the
AKA the Israelites.
That's right.
The so-called blacks,
Hey,
Hispanics,
put it
and
on the
Native Americans.
screen, y'all. Come on.
right.
Put it
Yeah,
on the
put
screen.
that up there. Put that up there. Read.
to the people of the saints of the Most High,
Read.
whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom,
Read.
and all dominion
All powers. Read.
shall serve and obey him.
That's all the merchants
That's
that
right.
we've been reading
That's
about.
right.
All
That's
these
right.
countries. Iran. Give me some more. China, Russia, right? All the dominions
India.
are gonna Korea
Korea,
are gonna obey the children of Israel.
That's
Read.
right.
Read 28.
Verse 28.
First sentence, and I'm done. Read.
Hitherto is the end of the matter.
That's it. That's the
it.
part in the sun of the time.
That's right.
That's the end all be all.
That's the
dominion
end
is going to
all
be
be
given to the saints of the Most High.
Hey, what's another word for dominion? Domination.
Domination.
So that's why them brothers in Miami was in the spirit when they made the song World Domination.
That's
it
right.
belonged to the Israelites.
That's right.
It belongs to us. Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 16. Come on, let's hurry up and read that.
Yes, sir. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 16.
Come on.
When I heard, my belly trembled. My lips quivered at the voice.
Come on.
Rottenness into my bones. And I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble.
In the day of war.
That's right. That's
Hey,
right.
He said,
This is war.
I'd rather be asleep.
That's right.
I'd rather be
Yeah.
dead in those days when World War III kicks off, because that flaming sword, the missiles, the nukes, they coming. Read.
When he cometh up unto the people,
To do what?
he will invade them with his troops.
Hold on. So Christ is coming back,
right?
We do have a military.
We do have a military.
And that's what Jake in the street don't understand.
Hey.
He don't understand that. The Christians, Catholics, they don't understand that.
Right.
Esau's not our military.
Right.
That's right.
America's not our military. Our military is Christ and the troops that's coming to invade all other nations.
That's right.
That's our military. Read that one more
Bring it
time.
out. Bring it out. Bring it
Read
out.
it again, brother.
Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 16.
Come on.
When I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice, rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops.
He will invade them with his troops. That's a beautiful scripture, man.
praise to the
Because
Most High.
that's that. You know what that means? That's us receiving justice.
That's right.
That's our justice
right.
coming.
That's
man.
our deliverance.
Right. Last scripture, Wisdom of Solomon 18:7.
Bring it out.
All praises.
Wisdom of Solomon
All
18:7.
praises.
That's it.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 18 and verse 7.
Now, anybody ask y'all, you brothers and sisters online, what the gospel is? You take them to this scripture.
There it
You
is.
let them know this is the Lord's gospel right
Good
here.
news.
And if you don't believe it's in, the Apocrypha, then guess what? Give them Luke 1:68.
Bring it
through
out.
71.
That's right.
Many
Give
of
them that
them.
Luke 68 through 71, where Christ says, I'm coming to destroy your enemies.
That's right.
Read what you got.
The book of Luke, chapter 1, verse 71. That we should be saved from our enemies.
And from who else?
And from the hand of all that hate us.
And that's all the other nations right now that are fighting for global dominance.
That's right.
The Lord going to save us from the hand
Yeah.
of all these enemies that are confederate against us. He's going to divide their tongues. They're going to implode against one another. There's no honor amongst thieves.
That's
and
right.
we're going to come back and rule the earth with our prince, our president,
That's
our
right.
king.
That's right.
Jesus Christ, the black Messiah.
That's right.
We going home, y'all. We going to go home. So all praise be to the Most High God, man.
That's right.
All praise be to the Most High God. Great show.
All right. All
Hope
right.
y'all enjoyed it.
Real quick, don't forget.
There it
There
is.
it is.
Right now. Hit that PayPal, man. We not just doing it, just to do it. Please hit that PayPal.
That's right.
And we
Donate.
need y'all support. Donate, Israel. We need y'all. All right? Announcements. Let's get into it.
Double honors to our leadership. Shout out to the bishops, deacons, captains, officers, soldiers, men, women, and children fighting to bring about the righteous revolution. Hey, join the revolution. 12 tribes worldwide. Subscribe to IUIC TV. Also subscribe to IUIC Austin on all social media platforms.
Right.
Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Donate to the Booster Club. PayPal at IUIC.fundraising@IsraelUnite.org. RoyaltyFilms.com. If you want to see righteous imagery and the true depictions of the people of the book, click here to donate. And subscribe to our new IUIC YouTube channels, IUIC Puerto Rico, IUIC Dominican Republic, IUIC St. Vincent, IUIC Antigua. Take a brief moment to scan the QR code and answer a few brief questions to help us improve our broadcast. Boom! Leadership.
Thank you. Shout out to to the IT team.
Yes.
Shout out.
Great job.
Y'all almost made it. Y'all almost made it.
Though. It was good.
Almost made it. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all did a good job today. Good job.
That's
All
right.
praise be to the Most High. Shout out to Officer Anonymous back to Officer John.
Shout out to Officer Anonymous, man.
Soldier to kill.
Right.
Who else we got in the booth? Officer Azil.
Brother Habakkuk back
Brother
there.
Habakkuk.
All right.
Sisters.
Sister Hadassah.
Sis Susanna back there
Yup.
too.
Shout out to the sisters that helped us out. The kitchen team.
Definitely.
Shout out to AZ Jr. with the precept.
Right. And our reader, Officer Zakur.
Right.
Officer Zakur. All praise be to the Most High, y'all. All right. So with that, stay tuned to the 11th hour in San Antonio with Captain Nahum. All right. Show your love and support. With that, I'm Officer Halez.
Officer Micah.
Officer Asahel.
Officer Azariah.
Officer Joshua.
Officer Zakur.
And with that, we make up
WCO!